So hello, I'd like to welcome you to the 6th Annual Payments and Innovation Conference. This is an oversubscribed conference. There's a real buzz around the place as to the new changes that are going on.
People are being open and honest about the status of either where they are as a bank or the challenges that are on the panel. It is a challenging time for the industry because there's massive change going on.
And I imagine long-term future gazing may be off the agenda for lots of you as you try to work out what's happening.
You see so many ways in which that's going to bring new ideas, new thinking, new services.
People are thinking and rethinking what the future of payments might be.
The world's going digital bonkers. Underpinning this is ID&V. Underpinning this is security. If we don't get that right, the whole fundamental issue about whether we even adopt digital is going to disappear.
I think the main challenges as of today are in the diversity of payments. These are exploding.
There's something like 72,000 transactions every minute in the UK, keeping that safe, secure, resilient, but at the same time, making sure that we're fit for the future, we deliver future requirements and managing that whole transition process.
The payments industry at its core has some things that are needed here: stability, standards, security. If it brings those and embraces disruption, I think it's got a great potential future.
Customer expectations have shifted dramatically, mostly around the smartphone and what that enables, but at this point, people want radical transparency and the ability to do something immediately in the palm of their hand. And that is not historically something that payments or banking is used to dealing with.
I think currently there's lots of good ideas around as to how the payments industry should develop itself. Lots of new players coming into the industry, and I think the challenge is which of those good ideas get taken forward and at what pace.
WarraPay see cash, cheques and cards as declining old technologies in most environments. This device is the device of the future.
We all know payment is extremely complex, but to really understand the complexity of it, you have to understand the ingredients needed just to make a simple payment.
The more we scale, the bigger our data set becomes. The more we scale, the faster we are able to vertically integrate a lot of our key operational procedures.
The number of direct debit payments processed in the UK last year actually grew by 6%. So it's not one of these dying payment methods like cash and cheque, it's actually on the up.
The sheer pace of change that the market's seeing at the minute, and that's change in terms of customer requirements, it's change in technology, it's changes in competition, and it's changes in regulatory requirements.
The fact that there are now so many easy ways to interact with the internet through mobile phones, but also the add-ons of that. We saw today Rory with his programmable button. You know, there's just more and more ways to do this.
Frankly, the attention span of consumers has gotten less and less over time because of that, right? So you really need to meet that expectation that you can do something immediately, have immediate transparency of your transactions, for example, to make sure that things either came to you or went out from your account, etc. And that is a non-trivial challenge.
I think the main drivers are the economy. We're seeing a vibrant economy in the UK. Clearly, we've now got a lot of instability in terms of, what happens with Brexit and with the leadership challenges that we're having right now. There's a lot of uncertainty. So those are going to drive people's nervousness and thoughts about when they pay and how they pay.
I think it's very much about platforms and how those evolve. So we have currently payments platforms, and there are other platforms that are out there doing other things which incidentally have payments associated with them. And how do we put those things together and how do we manage those is what's going to make a difference.
It's digitizing how we pay, it's making it real time, keeping that resilience and that safety and fraud free, which is critical.
I think also the idea of more distributed individual things. Clearly blockchain technology, distributed ledgers, that's a big piece of that.
So much more data, much more information and in real time for all of our customers.
What I think will change, and what I'm convinced will change, is that the payment will be nothing in the customer journey. I mean, the buying step is nothing but payment, it's something else.
Consumers are going to go to the fastest, easiest, most convenient, cost-free or cost-minimized way to do things.
2% of our over 65s are using the app.
Real-time payments from anywhere to anywhere in a completely safe and secure environment.
Today's event was another good event, following on from the success of the last two that I've been to. It was again very collaborative, the right issues were on the agenda, and a good quality of dialogue and great networking.
This is where you're going to hear ideas and you're going to see interaction between the technology disruptors, the new entrants, the existing players. You're going to actually get thinking about what are the things that really matter that need to be continued, and what are the things that can be changed, what are the opportunities, how can my business benefit from that. The ability to hear from people like Lord Freud talking about the UK government's payments activity and how radical some of their ideas are, how much they're embracing innovation. These are all the things that you get from coming to a conference like this.
I think the benefit is really to be together and to discuss about these things, because we are living an important moment in financial industry. While payment, as I mentioned, is becoming something that should represent nothing in the buying customer journey. But in order to make this happen, we need lots of discussions, because of a regulation, because of all what needs to be put in place to nail down all the challenges.
The benefits for me are about talking to either like-minded people or having your thoughts challenged by people who think differently.
Being a little bit controversial where needed, I think that's needed. Having the debate and creating that network.
We've got a lot of very senior people in the payments industry here, and it's good that those people engage in conversation and debate, and hopefully by the end of the day people can take positions and understand exactly where payments needs to be driven to.